Money can buy a lot of things, but sometimes it also buys betrayal, greed, and even death. Throughout history, we've seen financial crimes spiral out of control, leading to some of the most shocking murders ever recorded. Welcome to 3x3 Finance, where we uncover the darkest corners of the financial world. Today, we're looking at 5 financial crimes that didn't just ruin bank accounts, they ended in bloodshed. Let's dive into these real-life stories of wealth, greed, and murder. What happens when you hold the keys to a fortune no one else can access? John Forsyth was a crypto billionaire who lived a life of secrecy. As the co-founder of a massively successful cryptocurrency project, he controlled millions of dollars locked away in digital wallets. But that also made him a target. In 2025, he was found floating in a lake, a gunshot wound to the head. His disappearance sent shockwaves through the crypto community, not just because of his death, but because his private keys vanished with him. Theories swirled. Was it an inside job? Some believe his own business associates wanted control of the funds. Was it a hacking scheme gone wrong? Cybercriminals may have tracked him down after failed attempts to breach his wallets. Or was it something even bigger? Some speculated that governments or powerful investors wanted him out of the way. To this day, his murder remains unsolved, and the fortune locked inside his wallets, still untouched. What happened to his crypto billions, and who wanted him dead? What do you do when you owe millions, and the people you owe it to want blood? Michael Grayson was a high-profile hedge fund manager who promised insane returns to his investors. For years, his fund seemed unstoppable. Millionaires lined up to give him their money, but in 2025, the truth came out. It was all a massive Ponzi scheme. Over $400 million vanished overnight. Hundreds of investors lost everything. Regulators closed in and angry victims demanded answers. Days before he was set to turn himself in, Grayson was found dead in a luxury hotel room. Theories surfaced. Was it suicide? Some believe he took his own life, unable to face the consequences. Did a betrayed investor take revenge? Many had lost their entire life savings. Did he fake his death? Some still believe he escaped with hidden millions. Whatever happened, his death didn't stop the scandal, or the people still searching for the missing money. How much is a friendship worth when millions are on the line? David Reynolds and Mark Lawson had built a successful investment firm together. They were best friends, business partners, and making millions. Until one of them got greedy. In 2025, Mark accused David of embezzling company funds. A heated argument turned violent, and hours later, David was found dead in his office, stabbed 17 times. Investigators uncovered a twisted truth. Mark was the real thief. He had stolen millions from their clients and tried to blame David. When David found out, he threatened to go public. Mark panicked and silenced him permanently. The shocking part, Mark almost got away with it, but investigators found deleted emails, altered bank records, and hidden offshore accounts. Now, Mark is serving life in prison, and their once powerful investment firm is gone. Would you kill your best friend for millions? Mark did. What if your biggest blessing turned into a death sentence? When Harold Benson won $80 million in the lottery, he thought he had finally escaped a lifetime of struggle. New house, luxury cars, financial freedom, everything he ever wanted. But he made one mistake. He trusted the wrong people. His own girlfriend and her brother plotted against him. They convinced him to put his winnings in a joint account. One night they drugged him, staged a robbery, and left his body in a ditch. Their plan almost worked, but surveillance footage and suspicious transactions led police straight to them. The lesson? Lottery winners aren't just lucky, they're targets. And sometimes the biggest danger is the people closest to you. What happens when someone knows too much? In 2025, Robert Langston, a high-ranking bank executive, was set to testify in one of the biggest financial fraud cases in history. He had inside knowledge of fraudulent loans, illegal deals, and backdoor payments that could bring down powerful names on Wall Street. But just days before his court appearance, he was found dead in his car. The official story? Suicide. But the details didn't add up. No history of depression or distress. The surveillance cameras near the crime scene were malfunctioning. His laptop containing key evidence disappeared. Many believe he was silenced to protect bigger players. Did he take his own life? Or was he eliminated to protect billion-dollar secrets? Every time there's a financial scandal, someone loses money. But in some cases, people lose their lives. What drives these crimes? Greed, power, and the fear of losing everything. When millions, sometimes billions are at stake, people will do anything to keep their secrets hidden. Before we wrap up these cases, let's dig deeper into the patterns behind financial crimes that end in murder, and the hidden dangers that come with wealth. Why do so many lottery winners and crypto millionaires end up dead or broke? Most people think that winning the lottery or hitting it big with crypto is the ultimate dream. But the reality, it often turns into a nightmare. Here's what happens. They don't know who to trust. The moment people hear about the money, friends, family, and strangers start circling like sharks. They get manipulated. From shady business deals to fake investment schemes, scammers prey on sudden wealth. They become targets. When someone has a fortune that can be stolen, hacked, or transferred, they're in real danger. Take crypto billionaires, for example. Many store their wealth in cold wallets, which means if someone gets their private keys, the money is gone forever. Some have been kidnapped, tortured, and even killed by criminals demanding their passcodes. Crypto is untraceable. Once stolen, it's almost impossible to recover. Lottery winners face a different problem: greedy family members and friends. Some winners go broke within years because they're pressured into giving money away. Others, like Harold Benson, are killed by the very people they trusted most. In some cases, even their own lawyers and financial advisors betray them. The truth is, sudden wealth attracts danger, and if you don't protect yourself, it can cost you more than just money. Why do so many people involved in financial crimes end up dead before facing trial? When a massive Ponzi scheme collapses, or a banking scandal comes to light, there's usually one key witness who knows everything. But more often than not, that person never makes it to court. Look at the patterns. Bernie Madoff's associates mysteriously died before giving testimony. The Enron scandal led to sudden deaths among key executives. Jeffrey Epstein, one of the most powerful financiers involved in illegal dealings, died in his prison cell before trial. And then there's Robert Langston, the bank executive who died mysteriously just before testifying. Why do these deaths happen? Some are suicides, but are they really? Facing decades in prison, some financial criminals choose to take their own lives rather than go to jail. But in many cases, the circumstances are highly suspicious. Others are silenced. These people know too much. They can bring down powerful people, expose hidden accounts, or reveal illegal transactions. Some disappear instead. There's always a chance that certain figures fake their deaths and flee with their hidden assets. Offshore accounts, identity changes, and crypto transfers make it easier than ever to vanish. So, was Robert Langston's death a suicide, or was he taken out by someone who wanted his testimony buried forever? How do two best friends running a business together end up as bitter enemies, one dead, the other in prison? We see this pattern over and over again. What starts as a partnership turns into a battle over money. One partner steals from the company. The other finds out and threatens to expose them. Instead of dealing with the fallout, they resort to violence. Take Mark Lawson, for example. He was stealing from their clients, funneling millions into personal offshore accounts. David Reynolds found out and planned to go to the authorities. Instead of accepting the consequences, Mark killed him in cold blood. This kind of betrayal isn't new. Steve Banerjee, the founder of Chippendales, had his business partner murdered to protect his empire. Adolf Coors III was kidnapped and killed over business disputes. Silvio Berlusconi's rivals disappeared mysteriously when they knew too much. What does this tell us? When there's enough money involved, loyalty means nothing. Partnerships are fine, until greed gets in the way. Money can make people feel invincible, until the truth comes out. If someone's financial future is on the line, they'll do anything to protect it. Would you kill for millions? Some people already have. What pushes someone to take another life over money? You might think it's just about greed, but it's deeper than that. 3 main psychological triggers lead to financial murders. Fear of losing everything. When people who've built their wealth realize they're about to lose it all, they panic. Instead of facing financial ruin, they try to eliminate the problem permanently. A sense of entitlement. Some people truly believe they deserve more than what they have. If someone else is standing in their way, they remove them. Revenge. Money creates power imbalances. When people feel cheated, betrayed, or outmaneuvered, they lash out violently. This is why we see spouses killing each other over hidden fortunes, business partners turning on each other, victims of scams hunting down the people who robbed them. Money doesn't just bring opportunity, it brings danger. And for some people, it's worth killing for. Every case we've covered has one thing in common: money wasn't enough. The crypto billionaire who was killed over digital wealth, the hedge fund scammer who died before facing justice, the business partner who murdered to cover up his fraud, the lottery winner who was betrayed by those closest to him, the bank executive who died before testifying in a massive fraud case. They all had money, but money couldn't save them. What drives people to kill for wealth? Desperation, entitlement, and fear. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this deep dive into financial crime fascinating, subscribe and hit that like button. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching 3x3 Finance.